Jennifer Porcelynne here. This is the third video of the introduction to my fabrics. So today is going to be all about my laces. So my all over laces, not my little lace trims. That's a whole other video that we'll do. Okay, so let's take the video down and we will look at some laces. So this is, it's an all over lace. It has kind of like a rose print with some shiny, like almost silvery type spots on it. But it's really nice. It actually does not have very much stretch at all, but it is not very soft to the skin. So this is one that you would want to use a cup lining. Now what's really cool is that now that we've got this white, and you can probably dye this too, I haven't tested it, but you can take other colors and layer it behind it, so you can give things a little extra depth and change to
that's
it.
That's pretty.
Yeah. So you can also see the pattern a little bit more. So this fabric I have in both.
What if you did the cup lining over this? Then maybe.
Well, then the scratchiness would be on the skin. So it's not super smooth, so you don't want it irritating the body. So we would want to use the cup lining. We have, you know, the nude color also that you could put down if you just want to have the white. But I have this one in the white, and I also have it in black. Now the black one's a little bit harder to see the pattern, especially on the website. And it may have even been photographed upside down, but I'm not 100%. So this one is not as shiny. This is the black. It is the same pattern, but it's really kind of hard to see. So flipping it over, I think this is the back side. You'd have to kind of play, and this is the front side. So this one's not as shiny. It's just a little bit more textured than the white one, but it pretty much has like the same little rose pattern on it. And this is another one that you can use. That actually looks really pretty. You can't really quite see it there. You can see the little red shining through the black. Could actually be a nice little combination. Yeah. And this is firm enough that you can use the cup lining and it would be totally fine. Okay, so on with some of my shiny laces. So this is a really soft lace. It's pretty, it's very fluid. It has very large flowers. It's almost like it's got the embroidered top side. The back side is still a little bit on the rough side, so you'd want to layer it with another fabric underneath it, so you want to line it with the cup lining. It has a little bit of give. This is really only good for, you know, not good for panties unless you're going to be using a real stretch thing. So if you want to put this in the front and this in the back so it's super stretchy, you can do that. But in general, this is good for cup fabric, corsets, even garments, stuff like that. So that's my shiny. I have the same fabric in a couple different colors. So I think I've got one in black. No, that's a different pattern. But I have this one in the orchid. Now this orchid fabric, really pretty. The funny thing about this is that it actually has, it's like it's sticky. So this is one that I believe was prepped to be lined with one of, with probably something like this. And it is still sticky to the touch. It, you know, you can likely, I don't know if you can kind of fuse it to it, but you're not going to want this straight up against the skin, especially because it's sticky. It could be a little bit difficult to cut. So you might want to try and line it with this first and see how well it goes, and then sew them. You could try in pre-washing it to get the glue off of it. I have not tried this yet. I think it's kind of cool that it's already kind of treated with the stickiness on it. This is the only hat fabric I have like that does have that fusing on the back of it. So it might be heat activated, but you can even see it's kind of sticking to my hand a little bit.
Can I see?
But it's really, really pretty.
Can I try?
Here, use this one. We'll look at that one. Okay, so I've got a few. Oh, I have that same one in pink. The same pattern in pink. So this is the light pink. This one is not sticky on the back, but it's the same as the red one, same as the purple.
Both have the sticky.
And so this is one you also want to back because it would be too scratchy for the skin. Okay. Okay, then I have some other prints in the laces as well. So this one is a little bit on the shiny side. It's not the exact same pattern, but you can see that around the flowers themselves has kind of that little shiny embroidered type texturing on it. This side is just matte. So this one, again, same as these, you know, they have very little stretch, so just use the cup lining behind them, and I think it'd be really nice. I think the red behind it looks really cool. Let's see what the blue looks behind it. You know, you can actually create a bunch of different design elements with the different colors. I'm not folding it very well. Here is another red. And this red, I think I describe it as the small flowers. So you can see there's the smaller flowers on it. These are all very shiny flowers on the one side, kind of like that embroidered look with it matte on the other side. This one has a little bit more give, but I would not consider any of these laces to be stretch laces. Let's see. Okay, so those are all of the plain all over laces. Oh wait, no, one more. One more. This one is a little bit stiffer. It has a little bit of shine on here. You can see I don't know if you can kind of see it's a little crispy in the folds, maybe not. So it's not as soft even on the outside as these other ones were, but it's fairly stabilized. You would definitely want to line this though, because it's a little scratchy. And now all the rest of the laces that I have are treated, they're actually stabilized, which is kind of cool. So they're laces that had a little bit of a give to them, but then they've been stabilized with cup lining or the non-stretch fabric. So this is actually that non-stretch cup lining that's underneath this one. And so this is one, they're like little tulip shapes. So this is perfect for cups. It actually makes it really easy to cut and sew as well. So that one's completely stabilized. You don't need to line it because it actually has the soft lining on the inside. So that's that one. Let's see, I think there was a couple others. Ugh, I can't fold this. Let's see. Oh, here's another one. So this one has kind of has a little bit more of the medium-sized flowers. It has a little bit of sheen on here. And the same thing with that cup lining behind it. Let's see if I can see which cup lining it is. And this is actually one, I think this is the polyester cup lining that was used on this one. So this one has a slight bit of give, but once you got the lace, it's pretty darn stable. So that's that white. And so some of these that were stabilized were really kind of hard to photograph, so you might be able to see the print a little bit better with the table behind it. I'll leave that for a second. In the photographs, they might be a little bit harder to see what the lace pattern actually is. Okay, we have a red one. And this is the one that has kind of the smaller, this one has smaller flowers on it. This is also stabilized. So it has a little smaller flowers. It has the red backing. And this is the regular cup lining, the red cup lining. And so this one has a little bit of give on it. Also good for cups. Okay, I think I have one more stabilized and then a whole different type. Here's another white one. This one's a little bit harder to see the pattern. It's a little bit more dense, but we also have our flowers on here, and doesn't see, I think this might be the poly cup lining on the back, but you know, they're all soft on the back side, so you don't really need to line them. Okay, now I have 3 other fabrics that are really unique, and I've never really seen this before. There are 3 layers of fabric here. This is white lace on top of ivory satin with the, this one, it looks like the polyester tricot fused to the back. So it's definitely thicker, but it is soft enough to the skin. This one you can easily use for bras too, but it could get a little thicker. So I would actually recommend using this to do like a corset or like a long line, something that, you know, you need a little bit more structure to. So there's this one. I do not recommend washing this one before cutting and sewing, because I do not know if the 3 layers are going to separate. So that is, and I've got 2. This one's really pretty. So this is the black lace on a beige satin with the polyester tricot fused to the back. So again, very thick, has a nice sheen to it. You can kind of see it with the camera. It's nice and shiny. And I believe I actually remember seeing stuff like this at Fredericks of Hollywood in like their corsets and stuff. So this is kind of cool looking. And there's another one that's very similar to that. And it has a slightly different backing. So this is also, tape on it. So this is another black with, now this is actually it's like a beige tricot that's behind it, and then another beige tricot behind that. So there's 2 layers. So you have the one that's like a satin tricot, so it's nice and shiny. You can see the shine through it. And then it's stabilized. It actually looks like it's stabilized with the non-stretch cup lining. So this one is not going anywhere. There's no give on this sucker at all. So this one's extra special. So that's kind of a little sneak peek on what my laces look like. I do have some more videos. You can flip up to me. So I do have a lot more fabrics. I actually have some other stabilized fabrics and just some other satin type fabrics that I'm going to show in my last fabric video. So until then, I'll see you later.